Ekilonganiro kya Christian Nation Partners Society kirefwaya okumukinkulana kabiri bonse mwe bamembala okutiila bambita munfwa olulimi lwa Kibemba. The society, Christian Nation Partners Society, wants to remind all of us in this partnership that we are here in this partnership to make it very, very easy for three things. Number one, capital. In order for you to start a good business, you need a good injection of money. If you're going to be selling fritters, tomatoes on the roadside, you don't need so much money. But if you're going to set up a farm, and farming, sometimes people think it is a very cheap business. With this climate change, you need good investment. Talk about irrigation. Okay, so that is what Christian Nation Partnership Society was founded on three principles: capital, labor, and market. Let's talk about capital. Capital emukutira olupya bushebukafuma kwisa nga kyakutira twakyelenganya. If we can imagine 1 million members, registered members of the society would contribute minimum 1 kwacha each, would be instantly raising 1 million kwacha. With 1 million kwacha, we can start a good farm for 1 million people. But I can imagine that one kwacha would be only for perhaps 100 people. Most people would manage to give 10 kwacha, 5 kwacha, 300 kwacha, even 1,000 kwacha, meaning would raise more than 1 million kwacha, which for that group of 1 million people would be a startup capital for an investment. So that is the power of numbers. The power of numbers is an appeal to many people who have something very small, of which cannot do anything. Your 1 kwacha cannot buy you a farm. Your 1 kwacha cannot start a business. But 1 million people with 1 kwacha can start up a huge, big investment. They can invest, even to put it in the bank in a fixed deposit over a period of time. It can attract dividend. It can attract interest, of which it can come back to the same people as dividends. So that is the power of numbers. We have thought through, and we are coming up with all sorts of projects of which the partnership can invest in. Secondly, market. You have a farm. Where do you sell your produce? Number one is to sell it to ourselves. We become the consumers. So every day we are buying eggs, we are buying chickens, we are buying vegetables. Who is producing those vegetables? Who is making profit out of our buying? And honestly speaking, we are buying food that is coming from outside the country, fruits that have been grown outside the country, chickens that are reared, slaughtered in our absentia. We don't even know what those chickens have been fed. Supposing the partnership began to engage itself in these activities, if we set up a big farm, we would be our own consumers. We would buy those because we have been buying anyway. We have been living. So we plow back and make the profit for ourselves. That is what it means by what? You got me right. By market. So we market to ourselves, and the surplus we export. Thirdly, labor. Who would do the jobs? Now, if you're going to build a house or you're going to do any piece of work, labor becomes an expense. We want to cut down on labor. If we're going to have a farm, we are the owners of that farm. We are the ones that should work on the farm. So we're going to look to ourselves for the cheap labor and professional labor. We want an agricultural extension officer. That person must be a partner. Not so long ago, we went to Lukanga where we bought a piece of land, and we were looking for a surveyor to survey the land. Do you know how much it costed? A lot of money. We need not look to somewhere else for a surveyor. That should be one of our partners who should offer a service to the partnership. Will have saved a lot of money instead of paying it out. The one kwaches that we are collecting from the poor people cannot be paid to one person in the name of labor. That one person should be offering a service. Now, if this partnership would continue for a good number of years, do you know what the outcome would be? Our friends in Israel, they started the so-called kibbutz. It's the coming together of people, investing, helping each other. And after years, everybody was helped. Everybody would stand on their own. There was no need of cooperatives. So, if today your one kwacha is needed to make 1,000,000 kwacha, and one day you become a millionaire, and then all of us might now jokingly and seriously say, now let's put our 1,000,000 kwachas together. Hey, do you know what will happen? Would solve our national problems of debt. So it all starts with ourselves. So I'd like you to think, one, the early Christians came together, they sold everything and put their monies together, and that is how they managed to take care of everyone's needs according to how each person needed help, and that is how they received it. Imagine one day people have jobs and they are tithing. They would bring their tithes to the partnership. This partnership will do a lot to all of us. So for me, I ask myself, what is it to be a Christian? If Christianity is not going to help me become a person of valor, a person that is going to be of good help to my neighbor, then my Christianity has nothing. So I want to encourage you, be there for each other. God bless you. Ciao and bye-bye.